Zoom meeting of the Rotary Club of West Jacksonville. It's one of our favorite meetings today with the Youth Awards, and I wanted to send out a special thanks to Randy for organizing that for our club. He's done it year after year and faithfully, and this is quite a unique situation having it on Zoom. So thank you all for being here today. Gigi, if you will please lead us in the invocation.
If everyone could bow their heads and join me. Lord, bless the teachers and students who give their hearts to teaching and learning. Thank you for the special gift that you've given them and for giving them a spirit of grace and compassion. May they have the strength and endurance to perform their many tasks, and may they know and feel the deep gratitude of those whom they teach and of the students with their learning, their sharing, and both the teachers and students. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Gigi. Larry, can you please lead us in the pledge?
Good morning, everybody. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to our great nation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Larry. Today we're welcoming our district governor nominee, Jeff Michaelman. He has an announcement for us.
Green. Okay, can you see my screen, the district website?
We sure can.
All right, great. Well, President Mary Pat, thank you for letting me come. Assistant Governor B, for all your organization. And of course, I always have to, when I come to this club, thank Patty, because Patty anybody that's in the room that's a past district governor knows how important Patty is. Couple things I wanted to talk to you about, and that's why I have the website up. We've got the district training assembly coming up in several weeks. I guess it's actually next weekend now already. And we're hoping that many of you are going to be coming. We just finished pets. Past District Governor Marshall did an amazing job in bad situation putting on our pets. And I know I saw you at pets. We are already, Marshall and I are working together to plan pets for 2022. So Ike, we're going to be working with you this summer to figure out who the next person is that's going to follow you in a leadership role. So what I wanted to tell you was, and I know that this was going on when Marshall was district governor, that we were working on trying to get a Rotary license plate. Now Marshall's got his. We have to sell 3,000 vouchers across the state of Florida before the state will start printing the license plates. So what I'm here to do is to promote you going out and buying the license plates. We've got a link right here on the district website. Once we get to 3,000 license plates, they'll start printing them. What does that mean for you? First of all, you get a chance to show your Rotary pride. And, you know, Marshall's our Uber PI guy in the zone. So we know that Marshall's excited about being able to show our public image out there. But the other thing that happens, and this is really cool, and it's cool to be talking about today because you guys are so committed to youth in your community. 10% of it goes to the foundation over in Tampa to administer the program. 10% of it goes to support Rotary Camp Florida, but 80% of the proceeds of these license plates comes back to the district for us to support youth programs like Rotary Youth Exchange, RILA, and Interact. And we've got Gigi on the call again today. There's just so many fits with this club. It's absolutely amazing. The last thing I wanted to talk about on the webpage is that yes.
Excuse me 1 second. Patty, is it possible for you to mute Mary? It sounds like he's on a call.
Kelly would be there. She's the one that's Miss Skipper's friend, but it's her daughter's that's there.
Somebody is.
Who is it? Who is it?
I thought it was Larry, but I'm not sure.
Can't
Somebody
figure
else.
it out. Okay, I'm trying hard. Yeah, I'm trying to work
Okay.
through it. Thanks, I'll work on it.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, Jeff.
That's all right, Mary Pat. I thought I'd screwed up. I got nervous with these things.
I just wanted to make sure everybody heard you.
I thank you, Mary Pat. You're very considerate. I wanted to point out that the awards for the district are now open. We give the two most prestigious awards in the district, the Brent Williams Award and the Al Watson Award, to recognize Rotarians that have gone above and beyond. And you know, I don't have to tell this club about great Rotarians. This is the home club of the greatest Rotarian in the district, Bob Shercliffe, who we lost this year. And then we were fortunate enough this year for Rotary International to recognize our two great past district governors, Ken Baker and Marshall Butler. So I know that we have great Rotarians over here. And if you know of somebody you want to nominate for one of these awards, you just have to tell Mary Pat. We want to get some great nominations. So that is it for the website. A couple things that I want to point out to you is that we went on hiatus this year with respect to RILA. RILA is coming again the 18th and 19th of June. We're excited. It's going virtual. It's going to help us to have a more substantive RILA program as we go forward. President Mary Pat, thank you very much for inviting me. I'm going to stay for the meeting and hear these wonderful kids that you're going to recognize. And I look forward to getting over to this wonderful Rotary Club in person in the near future.
That's a deal, Jeff. We'll hold you to that. Thanks for being with us today. And I just wanted to remind everybody that you can go into the District 6970 webpage. There's all kinds of information available to you there to sign up for classes, events, the district assembly coming up, and ongoing training of every sort. So I would encourage you to dig around and get active on that website. Is Carter on the call with us today? Carter Rosenblum? I don't see him, but he is organizing the river and road cleanup. May 22nd is the date. It will be at the same boat ramp where we met before, and we'll also have a road cleanup component. Riverside Rotary will be joining us for that. Also, May 1st is our Rotary Family Day at Camp Uchakati. That's this Saturday. If you have not RSVP'd yet, I would encourage you to please email Patty. So far, we have Carter, myself, John Runyon, Ryan Crabtree, Tim Johnson, and families attending. We have that's about 25 people. And the plan for the day, it's going to be a gorgeous day, and it's going to be a beautiful day to be out and have some fun at camp. The schedule is from 3 to 3:45. We'll be arriving at camp, and they'll be giving us a tour to include the area around the Bill Gates picnic area that in the picnic facility that we're going to be renovating in the upcoming year or two. It was a facility that he constructed back in the 60s. From about 3:45 to 4:30, they'll take us over to the BB range and the archery range so that you can learn some new skills or just have fun. From 4:30 to 5:30, we'll be out on the waterfront if that pleases you. There's canoes and sailing, or you could just hang out on the beautiful waterfront and enjoy some fellowship. From 5:30 to 7, they'll be hosting us for a cookout, just a good old hamburgers and hot dogs. So I encourage you to please RSVP and join us out. It's the first ever, and we're hoping to make it family friendly and see lots of smiling faces. If you have any questions, let me know at the end. And again, please email Patty with your RSVP so we can give them a firm number for food. Is Palmer Bell on the call with us for Family of Rotary? Boy, I'm striking out today, aren't I? We did have a baby in the family. Doug Benefield and his wife welcomed, was it a baby girl, Patty?
I believe they said boy.
A new baby boy into
Yeah.
the family. So
Yeah.
congratulations to Doug and his wife. I always want to thank Kevin Hurd. He does that Westward for us religiously week in and week out, and I appreciate his efforts on that. Thank you. Dane does not have a report today, and so we will move right on over to Randy Thornton. Thank you, Randy.
Thank you, President Mary Pat, and greetings, everyone. I got to say, I've been a Rotarian in this club for more than 30 years, and of all that time, this is far and away one of the best programs I feel that we do, and I've been honored to be part of this for many, many years. It's really a chance today to honor 12 overachievers. They come from 6 schools that we're honoring today. Lee, Baldwin, Paxton, Ed White, Frank Peterson, and Bishop Snyder. I want to start off with a few thank yous. First of all, to my fellow committee members, Chris Berge and Ed Pratt-Daniels. And I want to give a special shout out to Patty Chapman, our secretary, who has made this day invaluable. And one of her principal accomplishments was getting all these nice trophies, which you'll hear about. This is one, I just wanted to show you, I'll have one of these for each student. If you can, I'm not sure you can see this, but it has the Rotary emblem, the student's name, their school, what they're being awarded for, and the date. And I will have these to each of the students. I'll drop them off at the schools over the next 2 days. So congratulations, everybody, and thank you, Patty. I also want to thank the guidance counselors from each school who have been doing this with me for many, many years. Most of these individuals have been with me forever and are invaluable at getting me all the information to try to pull this day together, not only nominating the students, but getting me all their biographical information, getting the information to them for today, which is a unique situation. We're used to doing this live at our club meeting, so now we're doing it virtual. So I appreciate all the guidance counselors. I'd like to acknowledge them one at a time. From Lee is Michael, Lee High School is Michael Verity. From Bishop Snyder is Drew Schmel. From Frank H. Peterson is Deborah Thompson. From Paxson is Michelle Mullen. From Ed White is Christy Stapleton. And from Baldwin is Angela Kirk. I really sing their praises because they have been doing such a good job for me all many, many years and really making this day come together. So thank you. Just a little bit of the logistics for today. It's a little different being virtual, but kind of the same format. We're going to start in just a minute with a brief talk by Ed Pratt-Daniels, which for all of you guests, Ed is a longtime member of our club and is the former superintendent of Duval County Public Schools. So he'll be giving some comments. And then we will have the introduction to the students. Chris Berge and I will be introducing the students, and we'll do one school at a time. And I want to start off by saying, I apologize to the students if we accidentally leave out or kind of overlook something from their biographies, because you got to appreciate these biographies that we get back well, they're all impressive, but some are just amazingly detailed. And, you know, we obviously wouldn't have time to list every little thing they do. So I hope all the students will appreciate that we're going over at least the highlights. And at the very end, we will have, as we've done in years past, we're gonna have a drawing for 8 $500 college scholarships. So I'll have more details on that towards the end of the meeting when we do the drawing, and we'll have all the details on how they can collect the students that win those scholarships. So why don't we go ahead and get started? It's a busy meeting today, so I'm going to start off and introduce Ed Pratt-Daniels. Ed, as I mentioned, is a longtime member of our club and is the former superintendent of Duval County Public Schools. When Ed was the superintendent, he had the 20th largest school district in America, which incorporated 160 schools, I think over 125,000 students and 14,000 employees. So Ed, that's a big deal. His career started as a math teacher at John Gorey Junior High, and then he rose to the level of superintendent in 2007. Ed's got his bachelor's degree from Georgia State University. He has a master's from UNF, and he's gone even further, has a doctorate in educational leadership from the University of Florida. So without further ado, Ed Pratt-Daniels.
Thank you, Randy. It's sure a pleasure to be here today. And I'd first like to congratulate all the students. Sometimes you may wonder if the hard work you're putting in is recognized and whether it pays off. And whether or not it pays off today in a scholarship for you, I hope you realize that the recognition is very heartfelt and appreciated by everyone, from your parents, your counselors, your teachers, because while it's primarily the students' work that accomplishes these enormous accomplishments that you've done, you can't do it without a team. And so I'd also like to commend everybody that's on your support teams that have gotten you this far and wish you the best in your future endeavors. I have great confidence with the kind of work ethic and focus that you've done in order to qualify for this award. It will take you far in your career. I'd like to share just a couple things about Rotary in general, and then a few thoughts about what we call the four-way test. Rotary is a service club. It's international in scope, and it is both non-sectarian. While we represent a whole range of different faith traditions, there's not a specific focus. It's also non-political. It's not aligned with any particular political party or philosophy. And the focus is on service both to the local community, nationally, and internationally. It was started by an attorney named Paul Harris back in 1905, so we're over 120 years old. And it currently has 35,000 clubs in 200 nations and over 1.2 million members. So what started as a very small club in Chicago has now expanded exponentially, and certainly representative of a number of different countries throughout the world. So the objectives of Rotary are to, first of all, use acquaintance as an opportunity to serve. As we get to know club members and serve with them in different projects, it kind of is a symbiotic thing where we get to know them better, and we also are able to provide service to our community. Another objective is high ethical standards in business and in all the things that we do. And I'll get to the four-way test in a moment. That's one of the best ways to understand how to implement those high ethical standards. It also is an application of the ideal of service in your personal life, business life, community life, family life. And finally, advances international understanding with goodwill, peace, through worldwide fellowship, and united again around this issue of service. In fact, the two mottos for Rotary are service above self and one profits most who serves best. So the four-way test is what we use to guide as best we can what we think, say, or do. In fact, it begins the four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. And there are four questions. And the idea of this is whenever we're in a situation, wherever it is, in work and family and community, we ask these four questions. The first, is it the truth? Now that might seem like a fairly simple thing, and we've all been taught probably since we were young to tell the truth. But often we exaggerate whether or not we're extolling our own accomplishments or those of our family or our neighborhood, our school, our business, to the point where it really stretches the truth. And on the other hand, we also sometimes limit the truth about other people, particularly people we may not particularly care about. And so that's a tough one, and I'll talk in a minute about one of the examples. The second is it fair to all concerned? Is it fair to all people, regardless of whether or not we think like them, look like them, live in the part of town they do, or have the same political beliefs? I think of one example that, in particular, when I was superintendent, there were some of our schools, our best schools, some of our best schools were in the urban area. If you looked at how much progress they had made with their students, it was better than some of the other schools. And also, if you look at how safe the schools were, if you look at the data, they were extremely safe schools. And yet often when they're trying to recruit teachers, the spouse would often say, no, don't go work at that school because it's not safe, it's in a high crime area, where the data didn't really support that. And yet that was not really fair to that school because people were using their biases and prejudices to make decisions rather than what the data would indicate. The third is, will it build goodwill and better friendships? This again is pretty easy if you're talking about your family and friends. But what about people who are different, or people who are in competition with you? Or worse, even that, what if people consider you, they don't like you at all, or consider you their enemy? How would you build goodwill and better friendships with someone where it doesn't necessarily come naturally? And finally, will it be beneficial to all concerned? Again, this is a tough one because often when we make decisions, we think of winners and losers. But what this says is, to the best of our ability, can we work towards win-win? Can we find a solution that, as best we can, we have benefit across all the stakeholders that the decision impacts? So I'd like to share a little bit about the history of this. Back in 1923, a gentleman named Herbert Taylor, he was a CEO of a company, and another company was going into bankruptcy. And the bankruptcy judge asked Mr. Taylor to take on the responsibility of either getting this business working properly or closing it. And quite frankly, since it was way, way, way in debt, the thought was it was going to be closed out by him. And when he got there, first of all, he took an 80% cut in pay to take on this responsibility, and also invested some of his own money in order just to be able to make payroll. So he got there and he found out, he said, the product we have is really quite good. It's at least as good. It was called Club Aluminum. They made very nice cookware for cooking. And he said, it's at least as good as our competitors. And we've got some really good people here. But the problem is the relationships, both internally and externally, aren't what they need to be. And so I started thinking, what if I could come up with some pretty easy ideas that we could have everybody memorize that would be the basis of our company, that would have people recognize us as people of character and people who are dependable and people who are focused on high quality service. And so he began working on that. First, it was 100 words. And then he realized that's much, much, much too long for people to memorize, because if they can't remember it and then focus on how to apply it, it's not really worth much. So then he got down to 7 rules and eventually down to 4 that are only 28 words long. So he tried it out on a few friends. The first one said, I think it's kind of simplistic and naive. The second was an attorney who said, if I were to put that into practice, I'd starve to death. And so right out of the gate, some of these things might seem like, oh, well, those are okay. Those are pretty self-explanatory. Of course, that's how I live my life. When they really started thinking about it, it was a challenge. And in fact, the first thing he did was put it on his desk. And he said, if I'm going to ask other people to live their life according to this, especially in their work life, I need to see if I can do it myself. And so for a week, he tried it out. He said, wow, I have trouble getting past the first one. Is it the truth? He said, I found out that we were making all kinds of claims about our products, that they were better, best, finest, when we really didn't have any evidence that our products were better or best than anybody else's. And so they eliminated all that language from their advertising. He said, the other thing I found out is that we weren't really building relationships and goodwill across with our competitors And so they eliminated all negative comments about their competitors. And what they, he then went to his 4 department heads, and they represented a variety of faith traditions, and asked them, is there anything about this 4-way test that would be offensive or wouldn't fit in with your religious tradition? And they said, no, everybody, all of ours focus on honest justice, truthfulness, fairness, and friendship. And that's what this is about. And so they started implementing it. And what they found was that the quality of the relationships within the company, the quality of the relationships with their people who were their clients improved immeasurably. And over a period of time, the company became extremely profitable and was very effective. And so I would like to commend to you this 4-way test. I think particularly in our country right now, with the lack of civility that's been demonstrated over the last at least 5 or 10 years, could be going back farther than that, that if we were to adopt this 4-way test, whenever we thought something, said something, or did something, I think we would have a different country and a different world. So think about how this might apply to your family, to relationships with people in school. For those of you working, how does it fit into your work life? And then more broadly, how would it impact your community if you were to adopt the 4-way test as one of the bases that you use to live your life? So once again, the focus of Rotary is on service and service above self. And again, congratulations for your great achievements, and we look forward to recognizing you.
Thanks so much, Ed. We're going to move right along. That was really good. A nice overview of what Rotary is for everyone. Well, let's get started. We're going to introduce one school at a time, and just a little heads up, there are 2 students from each school. One is being awarded for achievement in math and science, the other for achievement in arts and language. And these were nominated by the various guidance counselors from each school. So our first school is the Paxson School for Advanced Studies. Our arts and language winner is Trinity Webster Bass. The Trinity, well, let me, one thing, and if the students are here, when I finish introducing each student, if they could pop on, not all were able to attend, but if you are, we would love to perhaps see you, but at least hear from you to acknowledge and say hello. So Trinity Webster Bass is our arts and language winner. Trinity has over 280 hours of community service, primarily as a camp counselor at different camps, is part of a youth conference engagement team, and is a co-facilitator of the Crossroads Mental Health Series. She's active in chorus and was actually the section leader at the Paxson Chorus. She is the head chorister for the Jacksonville Children's Chorus, part of their touring choir. She's the creative director. Boy, this girl has arts and language all over her. Creative director for the Pax Arts Activism Club, and is a member of the Golden Eagles Ambassadors. She has numerous honors. Most notably, she is the named Miss Paxson for this current school year. So that's huge. National Honor Society winner. She's a member of the Hispanic and Math Honor Societies. She's a High Potential Youth Recognition Award winner, as well as the Big Questions debate winner. She has a GPA of 3.96 out of a 4.0 scale, places her 3rd in her class of 283 students. Of note, she has a special interest in mental illness. She used her, as she mentioned, she used her platform, community platform, as the Miss Paxson winner to encourage community engagement to discuss mental health. And as I mentioned, she's co-facilitated the Crossroads Mental Health Series. And I got to say, as a pediatrician, the amount, this is invaluable, because the amount, especially amongst youth, the amount of anxiety and depression we've seen in this past year has just skyrocketed, especially since COVID. So well done. Trinity plans to attend Northwestern University and study either journalism or political science. She wants to be a radio journalist or a human rights lawyer. Our arts and language winner from Paxson is Trinity Webster Bass. And congratulations. And next is our math and science winner from Paxson is Jose Miranda. Jose has greater than 100 hours. I don't know how these students find time for all this, but 100 hours of community service, primarily as part of Hope's Closet, Vacation Bible School, and working with the Veterans Day Parade. Jose is active in junior ROTC and has been awarded for good conduct as part of this. Jose is a perennial honor roll student and has won the award for the most improved student. And I got to say, you've used that improvement to great effect because your GPA is 3.8 out of a 4.0. So that's amazing. Well done. 22nd in the class of 283. Jose strives, he mentioned he strives to have a good work ethic. It sure sounds like it. And to become a better speaker and presenter. He acknowledges that he excels in math, but wants to do better in all other areas. Jose plans to attend UNF and study mechanical engineering, wants to be an automotive engineer. Our math and science award winner from Paxson is Jose Miranda. Next, I'm going to do one more school, and then I'll turn it over to Chris Berge to do two of the schools. Next will be Robert E. Lee High School. And as I mentioned, the guidance counselor from Lee is Michael Verity. Our first award winner is our Arts and Language Award winner is Josephine Clark. Josephine has, now this is amazing to me. There can't be this much time, but has 650 hours of community service, primarily as part of an organization that I had to look up. It's AVID. She's been active in junior ROTC, but AVID, I wasn't sure what that was. So I looked it up. It stands for Advancement Via Individual Determination, AVID. And it is it's an organization that helps students plan for entrance into college. So well done there. Josephine is active in student government and was the student council president in 9th grade. As I mentioned, she has been active with junior ROTC and has had the rank of communications officer. She has been a longtime honor roll student, and this includes a college level English course. So well done there. She's achieved a GPA of 3.77 out of a 4.0. Josephine plans to attend UNF and follow a pre-med track. So great job there. Wants to major in chemistry and to become a neurosurgeon. So congratulations to our arts and language winner from Lee is Josephine Clark. If Josephine is on, to say hello. If not, but you are there. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Our math and science winner from Lee is Samantha Martin. Samantha has over 60 hours of community service, primarily as a soccer manager. She has been active, obviously in soccer, with an organization, Communities in Schools, and is a member of another organization that I had to look up because I wasn't sure. It's the initials EVAC, and I looked this up. It's actually very interesting. It's a national organization. It's based here in Jacksonville, and it empowers youth to channel painful personal tragedies into positive change. So it's actually been interesting learning about these students and their accomplishments and some of these organizations that they're very part of. But that sounds really cool. Again, Samantha is another longtime honor roll student. I think we're going to get this trend from all these students. Very, very impressive GPA, 3.35 out of a 4.0 scale. Samantha plans to attend Florida State University and study psychology and wants to be a clinical psychologist. So congratulations to Samantha Martin, our Math and Science Award winner from Lee High School. Is Samantha here?
Hi, thank you. I appreciate the nomination.
Well, congratulations and well done. Now I'm going to turn the meeting over to my committee member, Chris Berge, to introduce the next two schools.
Hi, I've got the next school up is Baldwin, and the Math and Science Award winner is, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Conan Andrews. And what I find impressive with is a lot of the community service, but especially in the past year, where with all the COVID stuff and everybody staying away from each other is being able to go out and help others and participate in stuff when everything was stay away from everybody else. So I'm really impressed with it, particularly this year. Conan worked as a basketball scoreboard operator. That may have been maybe the only way to go in and see the games in the current environment. Extracurricular activities, National Honor Society, like Randy said, I think everybody's in the Honor Society, big surprise. Brain brawl team co-captain, and golf, nice outdoor activity. High school, again, fantastic academic achievement, 3.7 on a 4.0 scale, fifth in the class there at Baldwin. And then some other notoriety, a UAS safety certification. I think that's for unmanned drones and stuff like that, but I may be mistaken. That's the way it is in my industry, at least. Male Math Excellence Award, Male Social Studies Excellent Award, and he's planning to attend the University of Florida and study aerospace engineering and wants to go to work for either, well, it says a rocket scientist, so I assume that's SpaceX or NASA or United Launch Alliance or Blue Origin or who knows. Lots of talk about a growing, interesting, fun career path to get into. Our Arts and Language Award winner for Baldwin is Jaquan Emerson. I hope I pronounced that right. Again, lots of activities, like all these people are, great leaders, particularly track and junior ROTC in this case. Involved with track and field, also soccer, cross country, junior ROTC, and Bible study. GPA is 4.45 on a 5.0 scale. Was recognized as a track most valuable player, soccer most improved award, and Presidential Scholars Award, and I can't pronounce that, valedictorian. Plans to attend the Palm Beach Atlantic University and major in biology and eventually go into medicine, the medical field, and also run track and field down there. And something else I found really impressive is she has 18 credits from Embry-Riddle in a dual enrollment program. So you think 18 college credits already, that's over a semester worth of college out of the way. So very impressive. I'm sorry, Conan or Juwan, are you on? Doesn't sound like it. Okay, I'm going to move on to Ed White High School. The Math and Science Award is Hayden Trithal. Participated in school cleanup, concession stand, food drive. Food drives obviously were big this year with all the COVID stuff going on. Extracurricular, swam, tennis, marathon high, and National Honor Society again. Overall, a 4.51 GPA on a 5.0 scale, and second in the class. Plans to attend FSCJ here and major in computer information technology, another growing field where you can't have too many people right now. And finally, for arts and language, I'm sorry, Hayden, are you on? Doesn't sound like it. Okay, the last one is for Ed White, and it's the Arts and Language Award for Corey Noviton. Lots of food drive participations. Thanksgiving food drive for a couple of food drives, another donation drive, all kinds of things to help out the community, and a tremendous leadership ability too. Was NJROTC admin officer with the rank of lieutenant during 11th grade, and then moved up and was the executive officer, which is the second command of the unit, in his 12th grade. So that's, again, obviously a leader there. A National Honor Society, National Society of High School Scholars, overall GPA of 4.08 on a 5.0 scale, 16th in the class, and plans to attend college at the University of North Florida and major in art history and fashion design. So, Corey, if you're on.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can.
Hi, and thank you guys so much. This is truly a blessing.
Well, you're welcome, and you know, you earned it. I mean, you know, performance like this, and especially with what everybody's gone through here in the last year, is it's just impressive. You've been able to keep up your studies and stay involved with everything. So, yeah, well done. Randy, over to you.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much, Chris. We're going to move along now. I'm going to do Bishop John Snyder High School. Drew Schmel has been the longtime counselor from there, and I think I see them all on together. We're going to start with the Arts and Language winner is Sophia Ortega. Sophia has 120 hours of community service, primarily as a camp counselor at Jacksonville Country Day School, has been active in track and field, weightlifting, wow, and the art club, especially children's art, is a National Honor Society member and also member of the Science National Honor Society, has achieved academic awards in both geometry and guitar, and a multiple art show award winner, including Best in the Show. Boy, some of these are just so perfect for the Arts and Language Award. Her GPA is 4.3 out of a 4.0 scale, ranks her fifth in her class of 103 students. Of interest, she developed an interest in aviation after flying her uncle's plane for 30 minutes. Got to pilot the plane, so I guess that's all it took. And developed that a bug for aviation as well as engineering. She says she loves being creative, but also enjoys relaxing in front of the TV with the family and watching thrillers as well as shows dealing with ancient civilizations. Sophia plans to attend the University of Central Florida and study aerospace, actually as a choice, aerospace engineering, or digital arts and sciences, including animation. Has interesting career path or career aspirations, is going to be either a Pixar animator or an aerospace engineer for SpaceX or the military. So nice, nice choices there. Our Arts and Language Award winner, Sophia Ortega. Sophia, I see two. Are you going to raise your hand or say hello? Sophia,
Thank you so much.
you are very welcome. Congratulations and well done. Our math and science winner from Bishop Snyder is Brittany Vu. Brittany has more than 100 hours of community service. I still am astounded how, like, I echo what Chris said, how you got all this community service in is phenomenal. But primarily painting angels for charity. I assume that was Angels for Allison, the charity, or one of those, as well as tutoring middle school students. She is very active in tennis and is actually the team captain. She's been doing ballroom dancing since age 5. So well done. And even teaches ballroom dancing to children at the Dance Elite Dance Club. She is, oh my gosh, is a member of not only science, Spanish, English, and social studies honor societies, but also the National Honor Society. And Brittany has become an officer in many of these societies. She's a multiple award winner, becoming the top student at ballroom dancing. Not my forte. Most valuable player in tennis, and an excellence award for religion. So incredibly well-rounded. Has a GPA of 4.2 out of a 4.0 scale, ranks her 8th in her class. And she acknowledges she is a hardworking student athlete, but it was interesting when I read her biography, she's overcome some challenges. She tore a tendon in her shoulder, and still, I just can't imagine how hard you had to work to get back to being, competitive tennis player that you are and rise to team captain. So well done. It's your hard work. Brittany plans to attend Florida State University and study chemical engineering. Desires to be a chemical process engineer for a pharmaceutical company. Our Math and Science Award winner, Brittany Vu.
Thank you so much. It's been an honor.
Well, congratulations, and boy, well done, well done. Our final school to be acknowledged today is Frank H. Peterson Academies of Technology. And as I mentioned, the guidance counselor there is Ms. Deborah Thompson. The first award is for arts and language, goes to Gideon Castro. Gideon has 6 hours of community service, primarily supporting cancer research. He is very active in Big Brothers and Big Sisters, the Gay Straight Alliance, as well as the Student Advisory Council. He has achieved certification in has 4 separate Adobe Certified Associate certifications. He's a member of National Honor Society, has maintained a GPA of 3.7 out of a 4.0 scale, ranks him 9th in his class out of 288 students. And of note, I gotta say, reading Gideon's, these students are phenomenal, but the stressors that Gideon's had to deal with growing up, he mentioned he was born prematurely, has a twin sibling with special needs, has dealt with a custody battle, the untimely passing of his grandmother, even a pneumonia scare. And throughout all this has maintained just an unbelievable academic record. And he admits excelling at school is a priority. And he says it's actually kept him afloat during the majority of his academic career. So I sing your praises. College choice plans, Gideon plans to attend University of North Florida and study English education, wants to be a high school English teacher. So congratulations to Gideon, our Arts and Language Award winner from Frank H. Peterson.
Thank you so much. I'm shaking.
Oh, well, well deserved. Congratulations. I love the mask.
Thank you.
Let's see, our Math and Science Award winner from Frank H. Peterson is Jordan Wilczuk. Jordan has 250 hours, unbelievable, 250 hours of community service, primarily at the Gregory Drive Elementary School and as an animal shelter assistant. She is past president of the Spanish Club as well as the Art Club, and is the current president of FFA. And I had to remind myself, because that one sounded familiar. It's Future, for those who you've forgotten, FFA stands for Future Farmers of America. And I just wanted to check, because it's not just farming, as I thought, but it's FFA is for students who aspire to careers as almost anything, teachers, doctors, lawyers, scientists, business careers. So well done, our current president of the FFA chapter. She is an AP Scholar Award winner, has won the High Potential Youth Recognition Award, has a GPA of 3.82 out of a 4.0 scale, ranks her second in her class of 288 students. Jordan plans to attend the University of Tampa and study animal science and biology, wants to be a veterinarian. So congratulations to Jordan, our math and science award winner from Frank H. Peterson.
Thank you so much for this. I really appreciate it.
Well deserved, well deserved. Now I'd like to carry on. Those are the 12 students. So I again commend every one of them. And amazing accomplishments. And now we're going to award or reward them a little more. For 8 of the students every year, I love this, that the club can do this, is we award 8 $500 college scholarships. So we have 12 students. So unfortunately, not all will be able to win, but eight will be awarded, and we will do it very fair. Remember, part of the 4-way test that Ed mentioned earlier is one of the tenets, is it fair to all concerned? So what I've done, I've got the 6 schools all separated, the 2 names, the students from each school in 6 separate bags. I promise I'll do this fairly. I will draw one name from each bag, and then don't despair. If you don't win on the first pass, we will put the remaining names all in one bag and draw out two more. So you will have a second chance, 2 second chances. I will have all the information on how to achieve how to claim the scholarship. I will get in contact with each of your school's guidance counselors, and they will get you the information on how to collect on the $500 scholarship. But moving right along, our first winner is from Frank H. Peterson and is Gideon Castro. Our next award winner is from Baldwin and is, make sure I've just got one, is Daquan Emerson. Our next winner, I'm going to move through these. Our next winner is from Paxson, is Jose Miranda. Our next winner is from Lee, is Josephine Clark. Our next winner from Ed White, mix them up, is Hayden Trital. And finally, the first round, our winner from Bishop Snyder, get one, is Sophia Ortega. The remaining, I'm going to take all the remaining 6 so people can see this is fair.
I have to say, while Randy's collecting all the names, it's, even though we're on Zoom and not in person, we're carrying on this tradition, and the paper bags are an exceptional piece of the entertainment today, as always. We're very official with that.
You have to appreciate the year for the students. There was a year Mike Crumpler was president, and his big paws, Mike is an incredible sport, but his big paws trying to go into this bag when he was drawing them out was a challenge. Okay, 2 more. The remaining 6 names are in this bag, tradition, and I'm going to draw 2 more names out. The first one is from Paxson, is Trinity Webster Bass. And our final award winner for a $500 college scholarship, mixing them up, is from Frank H. Peterson, is Jordan Wilczuk. So congratulations to all of you. I will have the trophies for each, just a quick, this one is Jordan's, if you can see again for those. These are the trophies I'll have. We have one from each for each student, and I will drop them off at their schools within the next 2 days. And I will send information on how to claim the scholarships from the 8 award winners. But again, congratulations to everybody. It is just amazing. I've enjoyed doing this and just seeing how accomplished you all are. And I will turn the meeting back over to President Mary Pat.
Thank you, Randy, and thank you to Chris and Ed also for working on this project. Like I said at the beginning of the meeting, it's always one of our favorites, and we're thrilled to be able to support it year after year. I don't know about the rest of the club, but I feel like we're in pretty good hands. If the students with us today are the representation of the future, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape. Congratulations to all of you, and we wish you the best as you're moving to the next exciting phase of your life. And I would encourage you to look for a Rotaract club at your university. Many of the schools have a youth version of the Rotary Club. So that would be a great opportunity for y'all to continue your service and to find out a little bit more about us and our service above self. Congratulations to all the students, and thank you for being here. You're simply amazing. For our club, I would like to remind you that next week we will be in person at Timuquana, and our speaker will be Judge Mose Floyd and David Abramowitz from the Veterans Treatment Court. We are cognizant of what's going on in the world, and we're trying to get back to a more normal schedule. So don't despair as June rolls around and going forward. We will always have the Zoom option available, but we're working towards more regular in-person meetings. Joe Eberly had asked about that this week. And if anybody else is curious, that's what we're working on, especially now that everybody's getting vaccinated. If you will remember to please RSVP for the day at camp this week. And as luck would have it, Ed's with us for the 4-way test. Thank you for your presentation, Ed.
Thank you, Mary Pat. So if you will join me in the 4-way test of the things we think, say, or do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? And fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you. Thank you for being here with us today, to all the students, and we hope everybody has a wonderful week.
Bye, guys. Congrats to all the students.
The older I get, the smaller the students get.
Okay, you had a good crowd. I'll have to, I think we had about 48 at the high point. I think maybe about 15 were, well, maybe not 15. It seemed like maybe a dozen were students, guidance counselors, parents, like that. So I saw probably 10 or 12 names I didn't recognize. So that was good.
It was good to be able to do something regular.
It was, yeah, I know, that was a really good program. It was.
Yep. I agree.
Yep.
Thank you for getting all the trophies, Patty.
Oh, of course, nothing to it. Happy to do it. Happy to do it.
They're really cool.
They're what? Sorry.
the trophies themselves are beautiful.
Oh, they're just, you know, the lightweight little plexiglass and a stand thing. So that's
But
fine.
but they look great.
Yeah, they did turn out nice. And Randy had given me a sample. I mean, I took a picture of the 2 years ago was the last time we did it. So I took a picture of it then and, you know, so I could get it duplicated at some point.
Mhm.
So it cost about a third of what we had been paying at the
Nice.
at another place. So
Good job, Patty.
yeah, so that was
Yeah.
good. Always trying to find a way to save a dime. Anyway,
Let's just give more.
right, yeah.
Hey,
Yep.
Mary
Patty,
Pat,
go
for
ahead.
the family day on Saturday coming up, you had mentioned the schedule and it doesn't start until 3-something in the afternoon.
Uh-huh.
My husband and I had plans of being out of town for a week, starting Saturday, and I didn't realize that we were starting so much later in the afternoon. We may be able to come, but I know we're not going to be able to stay for everything. Depends. I have to talk to him. It depends on how late we can check in. So that'll determine how long we can stay and how long we're going to be driving. But I do want to be there. I'd like to see the pavilion, and I'm glad that's where we're starting.
Yeah, I thought that would be the best way to go so that, you know, everybody can be certain to see it and then they can progress and have fun at their leisure. So hopefully y'all can be out there at least for that hour. That would be great.
I would love it. So now, do you still need me to RSVP if I'm not staying for dinner?
I'll remember that you'll be popping in. So
okay,
thanks
we will
for
be
letting
there.
us.
Because I know we'll be on the road before then.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, if you can pop in, that would be great.
All right, super. Well, I'm parked in Carline to pick up my granddaughter on early release day. So I'm going to hang up now because it looks like the cars are about to move. The timing of this worked out perfect. I just sat in the car and got to watch.
Thanks, Gigi.
That's
It was
good.
great seeing you.
Good to see
All right,
you.
have a great week.
Enjoy your
Looking
trip
forward-
if we don't see you.
I know. Yeah, you deserve a trip. You need a break somewhere where you can go and relax with your husband.
Yes, ma'am. You both know more than everybody else. So I'm really looking forward to it. Anyway, you all have a great week, and I'm looking forward to Saturday.
Bye, Gigi. Be safe.
Bye-bye. Thank you. You guys too.
Patty, can we do a last chance email to get people, see if we can drum up any more support for Saturday?
Sure.
Last chance to RSVP,
Mm-hmm.
or just RSVP required or something to get their attention
Okay.
with the flyer attached. I mean,
Okay.
the scouts were excited about having 20, 25 people there.
Yeah.
And so, you know, what the heck?
It'll be a pretty good crowd if, you know, with 20 or 25 people show up.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. And,
Uh-huh.
you know, if the young guys are bringing their families, it'll be a great day for them.
Right.
Then next year, hopefully it'll grow.
That's right. Got to get started somewhere.
That's right.
No doubt about it.
All right. Well, thanks,
Okay.
Patty. I'll be in touch.
Okay.
I have RLI tonight.
Oh, okay.
So I had some things I wanted to follow up with you about, and it just seems it depends on how my eyeballs are after that.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Have a good day.
All right. You too, Mary Pat. Thank you.
Thanks, Patty. Thanks for all your work.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.